Who controls your money? I'm Kyle Knott, and I'm not your average finance guy. And today we're going to talk about who controls your money. Do you control your money? You think you control your money, but do you really? If you have a 401k and your company offers you one of 15 options, oh, yeah, you control which option to go in, which mutual fund to put it in, but you have no control of what those fund managers actually do once it's in there. All they do is they take fees, and it doesn't even matter if they win or lose. Did you know that, okay, outside of the 401k, say that you're the Dave Ramsey follower and you're going to find a good mutual fund. Okay, well, a mutual fund buys and sells stocks inside. And what if I were to do a mutual fund, I would probably do one that mirrors the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is the 500 biggest companies in the United States, or big in stocks, the 500 biggest stocks in the United States, and it trades those. Okay, so the 500. So what if one is, if you're number one, you're probably in it for a little while, but what about number 498, 499, and 500? Do you think maybe they're going to drop off at some point, and there's a up and coming young charger he wants to break into the S&P 500? So down here at the bottom, there's a lot of jockeying for position, right? So if you have a mutual fund that mirrors the S&P 500, there could be 10 stocks down here at the bottom that are in one day, out one day, back in, some are out. So they trade all over the place. If you mirror and you have the 500 stocks that are in the S&P 500, you're buying and selling. Someone is buying and selling those stocks. And if the S&P 500 could actually go down, but the way your fund is managed, you're buying and selling, you could actually owe taxes on gains at the end of the year, even though, say you started with $50,000 and at the end of the year, it's still worth $50,000, but they will tax you on all the gains because of all those transactions that happened inside there. There was winners and there was losers, and at the end of the year, you could owe a tax bill of capital gains. So it's such a racket. I can't hardly get my head wrapped around it. I can a little bit, but I don't really deal with that kind of stuff. I used to throw a lot of money in it. I don't regret doing it, but there's a better way to do it that I wish I would have done first. Honestly, I wish I would have got the banking concept going when I was born. My parents got a life insurance policy on them when I turned 18. They asked me if I wanted it, and I'm like, oh, what do I need a life insurance policy for? I'm single and I don't give a shit, so I let it go. It was not really what I was looking for, what I'm doing now, but I've got a life insurance policy on all of my kids. I should have done it when they were born, but I didn't figure this out. My youngest was, I think, 7 when I figured this out. So he's going to be set up a little bit better than the oldest. But whatever, I got them into it as soon as I can. I got myself into it as soon as I could. I was 39. So it's when's the best time to plant a tree was 30 years ago. When's the next best time is right now. So just do it. Figure this stuff out. And if you go that route, now say you don't know anything about it and that's all you can do is the S&P 500 index and the mutual fund, fine. I got nothing against it. Just make sure that you control your money. Do you control your money? So if you put it into an infinite banking policy first, you can always borrow against that money and make other investments work both. You can do both. That's the beauty of the infinite banking concept is it's both. I heard somebody said it's the and, because you can have this, you got your infinite banking policy and this investment. What I've got my infinite banking concept, I've got my infinite banking policy, and I've got 33 doors of rentals that I've used this as basically a seed money to buy all the other properties, and then the cash flow just goes right back in, funnels right back in until I can buy another one. I'm getting close. I'm looking at buying something else here in the very near future. I'm working with a turnkey provider. There's just nothing in my area that makes any sense. I live in Illinois and I'm ready to diversify out of Illinois. The taxes are going crazy. They're talking about some other crazy landlord laws that it's just time for me to look elsewhere. I've got some in Alabama as well that I control. I don't own, but I've got them in other companies and things like that for tax reasons. So just look at something like that, Do you have control of your money, or are you just letting it go to someone else? And I think if you take a little bit of time, obviously if you're watching this channel, that you're ready to take control of your money. So go ahead and do it, and look back at my channel. I've got all kinds of videos on this of what you can do with your money. Just you take responsibility for your money, because it's yours and no one's going to protect it like you. All right, I hope this helps. Good luck, everybody.